Hi Robert, Mark here, or Irresistible Jelly if you know me on Discord. Had an issue today where you couldn't get the windows properly to collapse. I'm assuming you mean for multiple views, like this. If you press actually Control Alt and Q there, what you get is a quad view. And this isn't what you get, but this is what I use most of the time. The reason I use this is because up here, you've got the 3D view, and down here you've got your orthographic views. But normally when you set this up, you can rotate. You can't do that here. It's locked them into the views, which is why I like this view. We will cover this later on, I believe, in probably the game assets section. But this I use a lot, because if you set it up yourself, they tend to rotate when you... I'll just move this over here, and then you rotate your view and you've lost that view, and it's really annoying. Really. To get out of this anyway, Control Alt Q puts it back to the normal view. Now for the question of multiple windows, let's find one that's got one. There we go, shading for example. Lots of windows here. The issue I have is trying to find that little cursor. You see where it changes to here? That's what happens. And then when you want to drag it back in, you have to go into the window, and it's like this. Which one do I want? Drag it up, it goes into that one and removes the top one. But I agree, it is a little bit when you're trying to do things sometimes. It doesn't want to go where you want it to go. But it just is practice, which is why we have all these shading tabs up the top here that I use a lot. Rendering tab, obviously the shading one, and the UV editing is another one that I use quite often with the split screen. I tend to use these up here more than I create my own windows, and if I create usually if I'm creating a window, I only create one or two, and then it's a little bit easier. But yeah, normally I'm in the layout mode or the modeling mode, or I use Control Alt and Q and go into that mode, because you can come in and out of that as you please, and that just seems easier for me. But yeah, if you want to make new windows, you just make a new window by dragging it up, making sure you've got the little tiny plus, and if you want to make another one, there you go. This is probably the problem you're having here. What you've got to do is make sure you're right at the end of the line, I find easier, and then you can drag it in. And there we go. If you try and do it from this end, it gets a bit awkward sometimes because you hit that icon there all the time, but you can do it at that end, but it has to be either end, I believe. Anyway, hope this helps and solves the issue. Cheers, bye.